Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing
Sorry,
good.
sorry if you can hear my fiance talking in the background. He's talking, he's playing games with his uncle.
Oh, that's totally fine, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you. Thank you so much for buying a gameplay review.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you too.
I'm super excited to work with you, and I think it's gonna be a really good outcome. And I think especially my stuff is helpful for people who are um like a lot of the time a lot of people who are like masters or something request, and I think it's like harder to give them advice because like they're already high rank and it's just like I don't have as much to talk about, but because you're in plat, which is like a little bit above average rank, I think that's like perfect. So I'm like especially excited to work with you.
Yeah, I've been in Lat for about like 2 years now. Well, I started playing Overwatch 3 years ago, and I like started at like the bottom, and I've worked my way up like just from like watching my own reviews, but I feel like I've kind of hit like this wall where I can't realize what I'm doing like just based off of what I'm seeing anymore. Like it just
Right.
looks all the same to me. And I'm like, well, I don't really know what I'm doing wrong. And obviously it's not just my teammates because I've been here for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Right.
S- So I kind of have like this feeling that like maybe I play like a little too like passively because when I first started playing Overwatch, someone had said to me like, "Oh, like good mercies never die." And like I feel like I kind of took that in like the wrong way than how they intended it to be. So I like kind of play a little bit for my KDA sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And that's totally okay. Yeah, we'll work through it and I'll let you know if I think you're playing too passive or anything like that. I saw you wrote you just want some general advice to help you and others get out of plat, and you feel like you're playing too passive and you don't die enough. And so we can totally check that out. So you're plat 3 right now, so hopefully we can get you to climb some more. And are you ready to dive in? Can you see my screen, by the way?
Oh, I didn't realize that you were live. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure because yeah, I just want to make sure you can see what I'm talking about. And then I don't know if you'll be able to see the notes I take, but you'll just see them after and you can watch the recording back too, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, I'm excited to get started. So we've got your game here. You're on Blizzard World. I forgot the name for a second. And yeah, let's see what your team comp ends up being. Um I'm wondering what the last support will pick.
Yeah, it was a little awkward. They didn't pick for a pretty long time.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be a little awkward at the beginning.
No, that's okay. I was just like, what's happening? Okay, so honestly, this isn't so bad. The best pick here for them would be Ana because Ana and Doomfist do pretty well together. Maybe you can relate. I personally don't really like having Doomfist on my team because I think he kind of like instant feeds a lot, and I can't really like help him too much
Mhm.
as Mercy. But that's why Ana and Doom are actually pretty good together. So that would be a good pick. And then Mercy would be good with like Sojourn and Widow. So um really so far this isn't like a bad team comp or anything. And then the enemy team, they have a pretty solid team comp as well. Like Mercy can stay with Cass, and the Ana will try to help the Doom, and then Torb's just kind of tanky and does his thing. So anyway, your primary beam target we're gonna probably like default to is Sojourn here because everyone pretty much knows Mercy Sojourn's like a really good combination. You get to like damage
Mhm.
boost her a lot and she can get more one shots and stuff like that. And then every so often I'll look to like just like I'm just helping you think out loud like what I would be thinking about here. Like if we have a widow, I'll try to pocket her a little bit when I think she's about to shoot. So I can help her like secure a kill or get a headshot that would one shot that otherwise wouldn't, and just to like make her a little scarier and just try to heal
Mhm.
her when I can. And same thing with like the other support, just help her out. Doom, it's gonna be kind of hard to help unless he like comes back for healing. So That's kind of what I would think about there. Does that kind of make sense to you?
Yeah, and I also kind of always like resort to Widow as like an escape route too. I always look for her because she's always far behind, and I always make sure that I know where she is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so let's start watching and we'll see what happens. Okay, we got Life Weaver. Honestly, not terrible because I feel like... Oh, now we're on Moira. Moira is going to be rough with Doom, I think. So we'll see what happens here a little bit. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rough start.
Okay, yeah, I was like, oh my god, that cast just killed everyone. Wow, good for him. Okay, so now... Wow, okay, wait, the team comp totally changed. So let me just pause for a second because this is like
Yeah.
different. So, this is kind of a little bit of a weirder team comp. It's gonna be hard. Moira and Doom, I would say, are not like super great together because Moira, here just in general, like Mercy, Moira, Doom, I think is like not so good because Doom wants to go in and dive and he wants someone who can kind of like heal him across the map. Whereas Moira is better with like if you want to play like a brawly comp and like run at them, and then you and Hanzo want to stand in the back. So this is kind of like a weird grouping of like heroes. So this might be a little tricky. So you might have to heal a little bit more here is what I'm saying. Like you'll have to like kind of keep a heads up for helping out Doom to like overcome the awkwardness of this comp. And then I would basically be like damage boosting Hanzo on default if nothing else is going on. That's kind of how I would adjust to this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Monstering you. Checking in.
I like how you're using natural cover there to stay behind. Doom dies. I think it's partially because Moira just like doesn't have the sustaining heals because she's gonna run out of healing. So even though it's like not really anything you're doing wrong, one thing I would just like really keep an eye out for is to like go overboard on just trying to help the Doom as much as possible on your team. Oh, now we're on Orisa. That'll be a little better. Just because Orisa's a little tankier. But same thing kind of goes. Moira's probably gonna run out of healing.
Yeah, I try to listen to the vocal cues of like reloading and stuff like that, and that's helped a little bit.
I would say like on top of that, try to be like proactive too. So like right here, try to heal Orisa. Yeah. Just even like to begin with, it might be good to be like in general looking to heal her a little bit more because Moira just like she does have a lot of healing, but she just runs out quickly if she has to like use it all at once. That's the problem. But sorry, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, it's just kind of hard whenever like I'm like trying to focus on healing someone, and then like there's a bunch of ults going off, and I'm like, then that's when it gets a little sketchy. And also, I felt like I couldn't really. I mean, like, maybe I should have swapped off Mercy this game, because I don't only play Mercy, but, like, I was really wanting to use the new skin, because this was Tuesday.
Right, the skin's awesome.
Yeah. So, I felt like my team didn't use like, any cover, and, like, they were just taking so much damage, is what, like, I think ultimately like sucked this game is like how much damage everyone was taking. And everyone kept swapping. Like there's more swaps that will happen.
Okay. Yeah, I can see what happened that last fight. We were trying to push the cart, right? And they were pushing up pretty far. And you were trying to decide, like, should I be trying to help them or keep this cart pushing? I think you did a really good job of balancing both. And honestly, I don't know if you could have done much better. You can go for a res here, nice. Basically, I would say I don't think you really need to swap off Mercy in this comp. You can just... I think a big part of like being able to play Mercy into like really any comp or with any comp is just like knowing how to adjust. So that's why I really want to help you with here, and like I think what will be valuable is to just like talk about like what I would do differently here depending on the comp. So like I'm kind of already giving you a heads up. Like, I really would recommend making sure you're like looking to heal Orisa a lot. It's gonna be really valuable just like mathematically, because like she just takes a lot of damage and Moira needs a little extra help. So yeah, I think I love what you're doing right here. You're doing a great job of playing outside of their vision. Oh, that was kind of rough. Let me watch that back.
Yeah, I think I kind of got stuck on the pole, and that was what like messed me up with my movement, because then I couldn't get behind the pole and I died to the high noon. Yeah.
High noon is pretty hard to avoid. This one was like really hard too because he started using it like as he was falling. So it probably felt like it went off even faster because like by the time personally I even noticed that like he was standing there. He's probably pretty charged. Like let's see. Yeah, he was like charged pretty fast. So yeah, it can be just kind of hard sometimes, but if you can, I would say one like thing to keep in mind right here is he was trying to shoot you for a bit. And so something you can remind yourself is like, okay, if someone's trying to pressure me, he'll probably keep trying to come after me. So he's already trying to shoot you here. And then he goes around left side too, which I know it's kind of hard to see, but you can hear him in the game. So he's really trying to get you here. And I think you do a really great job of rotating, right? So like you're basically saying, if you want to shoot me, you either have to like drop down back here, or you're gonna have to like go all the way over here and try to like shoot me. So I think this was a really good idea. Like this was the right play. But then he did a really good maneuver where he dropped down here and started charging on you. And I think a little bit of the mistake here is I think maybe you push up a little bit too far. And maybe it's a little bit of like a reaction time thing. If once you hear him, which I think in this particular play, you have to react pretty quickly. Once you hear him, I would just like Guardian Angel to Orisa and try to actually use like the cover over here to like stay alive, because in Valk you'll actually move pretty fast. And you have Guardian Angel up right now. So I think like the right play here is right when you see him start dropping here, use that GA and you're basically gonna like fly over here really fast. And then as fast as possible, I would like cut off the angle like this. And just even if you donk your head, who cares? You just don't want, you can even land like right here. You just do not want to like stay in his vision. So I think this is a little bit of just a reaction time thing. I actually think it might have been hard to like use this pole. So that's just personally what I would have done. Like right when I see him here, try to like GA ASAP to like get out of the way. Because basically like I wouldn't even worry. I know the queen's nanoed here and maybe it's a little scary or something, but I just wouldn't worry too much about anything else going on in this game. I wouldn't worry about Moira. She's got her own fade thing, but you need to protect yourself. So I would just like GA here and then get out. Does that make sense? Or any questions about
Yeah.
that?
I guess I don't know. I guess I thought like it would be harder because I know that they. I guess I didn't realize that their torb was dead. So I get maybe I should have paid a little more attention to that. But like I thought that maybe if I went that way, like I would be more in danger because I would be in line of sight of the Ana, and you know Ana is kind of good right now with her like headshot perk and stuff. And I just thought that it would be more dangerous to go over there than to like you know try to move back around the pole. But I guess like if I hit the pole wrong way, like yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
can
would just say,
understand.
yeah, I would just say like it's really important, I think, in Overwatch, and this is like, kind of like regardless of what's going on in this situation, but typically there's like one or two things that are like really, really scary that you have to like avoid. And in this particular situation, like I think maybe like especially as you start to like climb the ranks more, you'll kind of notice like certain things you don't have to be super afraid of. So like I wouldn't be that afraid of like Ana Mercy. They can't really hurt you. And to be honest, I wouldn't even be afraid of the queen here. Oops, sorry. Um the main thing like you like have to do to survive and like win this fight is like stay alive basically from this castle. And so That's like priority number 1, if that makes sense. And then like everything else is kind of like priority 4. So it's just a little bit of like a adjustment. I think it's like, to be honest, their cast seems pretty good, and this is kind of like an advanced type of play where you would like start charging it as you're falling. And so I don't want to anchor too much on the situation because like I think this is just a little bit hard to read. Like he did a good job. So
Yeah.
but that's just like what I would recommend. A lot of the time you can just like fly really fast in Valk and like break the line of sight. But let's just keep going because I don't want to anchor too much on that. Because this is just like him doing a really good job of making his ult hard to avoid. Okay, and let me skip ahead here. Okay. Okay, even right here. So this is kind of like your Orisa is taking a lot of damage, but try to like keep your beam on her and keep her alive here by moving alongside her, and you can just crouch down here a little bit. So you'll kind of be like sitting right here. And I would just do that because, how do I explain this? Like, I think especially in like low to like mid ranks, you get a lot of value just by like healing a lot. And so like anytime someone has like any sort of damage, I heal them always to full HP. And so what is happening here, she's like, I think she's going in a little bit early, but at the same time, I think you could be mitigating some of the damage she's taking. And I'm not even saying she's necessarily going to live here. Like she kind of is just like beating, but yeah. but I think regardless, like it's not even about the things we're talking about today are not even just like this situation. It's more just like in general. Like I would love to see you, regardless of what your Orisa's doing, like come here and like heal her as she is taking damage, because it's allowing her to like be aggressive, and if she chooses to like overextend and take too much damage, that's on her. But I think you have to like play your part too, which is like you need to be like helping her out there, because otherwise you're not like, nothing was going on anyway, right? So we might as well be healing.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions about that?
No, yeah, I can see how that was like kind of like how I kind of could have helped her stay alive a little bit longer. I guess I was just trying like to like mentally think like, oh yeah, we're regrouping because Hanzo wasn't even like up with us yet. And I guess I wasn't really fully paying attention.
No, that makes sense. I think you have like good intuition that like we're regrouping right now, right? Like that's the right takeaway. I think I would just like try to like make sure you're trying to do like both. So do your part in the regrouping, but like also do your part to mitigate, for example, your teammates making a mistake. You know, like a lot of the time, and I kind of suspect a lot of people struggle with this, not on just like Mercy, but I think like especially on Mercy, is they feel like, to your point around being like passive, they feel like if they are not making mistakes that they will climb. And I think a lot of the time, especially in low ranks, what you have to do actually is like expect other people on your team to do things that are bad and like mitigate the badness of it. So like that's kind of what I'm getting at here. Like we kind of have to expect our Orisa's just gonna like run in and take a ton of damage. So we need to keep this healing beam on her to like help her as much as we can to like not do stuff like that. So that's just what I would recommend, because yeah, you can't just like play super safe the whole time and win, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and then they started like pushing up, and I just really like, I don't know, I really did not want them to go up that far.
Your Hanzo, you mean here?
Yeah, I was expecting him, I guess, to play back a little bit more.
Yeah, your Orisa's definitely pushing up pretty far. I do feel though, and like how do I say? I do feel you are playing a bit passive though. I think you can be like, so goes without saying, I think Eurus is being like overly aggressive. But I think at the same time, like sometimes you can like engage with that a little bit at least. So even back here, even like right here, I kind of wish you were like further up with your Hanzo. So let me just like talk through this a little bit. So even when you're regrouping, like one reason why you would pick Mercy over like another support, or like one way you can bring value on Mercy, is to like enable targets to take space that they like otherwise couldn't. And so yes, you are regrouping, but Mercy does a good job of like enabling one hero to like push up a little bit. And so in this particular case, like I think you really should be with Hanzo here. He ends up getting the kill anyway, but like take this lightly, but like you are kind of doing like, it's almost like you're not beaming anything right now, right? Because like Kiri's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So one like important thing I think for you, and this is kind of, you kind of called it out, I do think you play a little bit passive. I think maybe you meant it in like a way of not dying, and I kind of see that showing up here where you even just like verbalized, like you like felt like this was, you guys were going in before the fight started, right? And like you didn't want everyone to die, right?
Yeah.
I think like it's important to strike a good balance, and I think you're maybe a little bit on like the safe side here, especially if like someone on your team's gonna do this no matter what, you know what I mean? Like we can't stop the Hanzo from doing this, so we might as well like try to make his life more safe and like more deadly for against the enemy team. So yeah, I think staying up here is important to begin with. And then same thing like right here with Orisa. When you see Orisa's like starting to do this, try to like, I know you try to do it here, but a lot of the time you won't have like these people aren't always thinking about like, how can Mercy fly to me? Even maybe arguably they should be, but like they're just not. Like if I was playing tank, I probably wouldn't be thinking about that too much either. Like I'd be busy playing my hero. So like you have to be a little creative. So I would like try to like fly to Kiri here, and then like use the momentum to like hopefully get up onto here and get the beam onto Orisa. So like you can even like back up a little further instead of walking forward to give yourself enough space to get that GA off. Because I think what ends up happening here is you like never end up getting vision, and we're actually too close now to like do a GA, right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to like create the opportunity to fly to a certain spot yourself by like manipulating your range relative to like other targets that you do have in your vision. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I just feel like I was a little like confused anyways, because like I was very confused about the EMP that is happening in
Oh, I
their
didn't even notice
backline.
she's doing this. Yeah.
Cause like I hear the EMP and I'm like, oh, nobody's there. And I think that's maybe like what Orisa was trying to like think, like, oh, my Sombra just EMP'd their backline. I have to go kill them. Like, but like none of us were there, and then Kiri teleports, and then I accidentally GA to Kiri, and then it messes up my movement, and that's the end of the fight.
Right, no, I'm with you. I didn't even realize she was EMPing. I was kind of wondering where Sombra was. But yeah, this was definitely messy. And so I would just like keep in mind all the things I'm saying as like little tools you can use no matter the situation. So I know this is kind of messy because of Sombra just trolling and Orisa like running in, and like you're all back here, which I think you guys are pacing this fine. They're going way too fast in. But I guess like what I'm trying to say is like you can use this like idea of like, so instead of walking towards them, if you actually walk backwards, which I know sounds so counterintuitive, but you create enough space to like charge your meter up with the GA that you can get up here and like maybe heal someone. There are probably like, I don't know how long you'll keep playing Overwatch, but say like years. Like there are so many situations where you can like use that to like say like save someone who's taking damage or whatever. So regardless of like what happened here, like just try to remember like you can like walk backwards to fly and then like get to the target you're trying to get to. And like I think there's no saving this fight because Sombra died. Orisa is charging in.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
I
it was a mess. Yeah, go ahead.
I just also remembered that our second support and the Hanzo were duoed, and then the Orisa and Sombra, the Hanzo and the Kiri were duoed. The Orisa and Sombra were also duoed. So I was the
Okay.
only one solo queued. So I guess like maybe that is like the Sombra was like I EMP'd them. Like maybe that was it because I just now remembered that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, the Rissa and the Sombra are really aggressive. Yeah, wow, she's like already dead. She just keeps running in. But so a lot of this you can't control, but I do think even your positioning right here, I'm not going to anchor too much on, like, I'm not going to like beat a dead horse, but you are like dropping your beam a lot on your primary beam target. And I feel in a way to like overly be safe. Like right here, you don't need to drop the beam. I think you can actually just rotate with Hanzo right here. I would go like behind the pillar here with him and just keep pocketing him, okay? Like I would
Yeah.
try to like always stick with your primary beam target as much as possible until there's some reason not to, which like if you need to heal someone or something. Because right now, again, imagine like you're not even beaming right here. It's literally the same as what's happening with you damage boosting Orisa, right? Like the math of
Yeah.
it is like she's not shooting anything, so it's basically like you're standing still and doing nothing this entire time. Whereas Hanzo has shot a couple times and like again, I don't know if he hit anything, it doesn't really matter, but like over hundreds of games or however long you'll keep playing Overwatch, you will create more opportunities even in like a single game by like pocketing someone that is actually in an active position versus like dropping back and kind of like staying in the back of your backline, which obviously is a very important thing to do on Mercy, but I think you're taking it a little bit to an extreme where you're like not always getting value out of her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see myself kind of like hesitate too. Like I see him going to a position that I don't really want to go into, and then I just go to somebody else.
Yeah. Try
Instead
to
of
like
helping
stick with him. There's like the solution might what the hell happened? The solution might be to let me just back up a little bit. The solution might be to just like be a little bit more flexible about like rotating behind natural cover. So like I think you were afraid before when Hanzo was over here to like stay with him because you would be peeking, but like the solution would just be like go just stand behind the pillar with him right here. You know what I mean? So just try to like rotate a little bit more, but do it in a safe way, right? Like keep your principles. I think you have like you're doing a really great job of standing behind natural cover a lot. Like you are very safe and like principled about that, which I think is like one of the core like 4 tips I give to people like on Mercy. Like you are already doing that really well. Here, let me take a break really quick and I'm gonna take notes. You're not gonna be able to see, but I'm gonna just take them while we're talking so I can like get this down. You can
You're
still hear
good.
me though, right? Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, I think you're like doing a like really great job of
You will not. You no. Listen.
playing behind natural cover and like staying safe and avoiding like peeking the enemy team, which I think is so important. Like this is like a core principle of playing Mercy. So it's really good that you have this like pretty much mastered already. So that's awesome. And then I would say like start like trying to always be doing something with like Mercy's beam. So like whether that's like healing your tank before the fight starts and they're like pushed up aggressively and taking damage, or like pocketing your like DPS when they push up to what may feel like a bit of an unsafe spot, or like before the fight begins. I think like try to overcome the how do I put this? Try to overcome the like urge to like regroup as 5 before you start to play the game again, I would say. It's like it's an important like tactic and like principle to not stagger, which I can like see you're trying to keep in mind very intentionally. But it's being taken to a bit of an extreme right now where like you're not engaged enough and
He's coming to the door. He's coming to the door.
missing opportunities to like prevent deaths or like enable kills between fights. Does that make sense? I think that's like a good solid way of putting it.
Yeah.
Okay,
That makes sense.
cool. And then I'm trying to think. I won't even really put in your notes about the Cassidy thing. Maybe later I'll talk about that. But I would say the only other thing is like
Oh,
on Mercy, like make sure to look for like every opportunity to, like heal your team, because right now I feel like um there's like a downtime between when you are how do I say, like right now there's a downtime between when people are like taking damage and like getting to like half HP, especially your tank, um and when you even start to go for the healing. I think a lot of this is because your tank is just like being insane and like overly aggressive. But
Yeah.
I think like if you can try your best to be like really proactive and like get the beam on them early, even if they're being overly aggressive, because you will not because even in like high ranks people are making mistakes, right? Like that's how people like win games. Like someone is making a mistake. And so um so you need to like try to play your part in like mitigating that mistake, which typically for Mercy is best when you put your beam on them ASAP by like almost seeing the future and like predicting them to walk up and like trying to get it on as fast as possible. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I definitely should have like internalized and to myself by now that like this Arissa just like wants to go in. So I think I definitely should have caught on to that by now.
That's okay. I mean, she's being like really aggressive, so I don't really blame you. But I do think like this is a difficult VOD to like comment on a little bit right so far, because I actually don't think a lot of what I'm suggesting actually would have changed the outcome of what's happening in these fights so far. There may be
Yeah.
other ones where it would, but that we haven't gotten to yet. But please just like keep in mind the general principles I'm talking about, because like in other games where your tank isn't being so like overly aggressive, actually you would be totally changing the outcome just by like, for example, guardian angeling onto the high ground to help her when she was like half HP. Like that is like something that you can apply in like any game and actually will like be very valuable. So yeah, nothing so far. I don't think you can like directly change the outcome of. Also, great job doing flash heals. Wow, your Orisa is just being like, what is she dying to? Like, I'm not even sure what she just died to.
No.
Let's see this again. I mean, yeah, again, nothing you could do there. You flash healed her, she's just like wide peeking something and dying. Oh, I think it's the Cass. I think she took a ton of damage from Cass.
Yeah, and the Ana has the headshot her too.
Yeah, I was about to say it seemed like Ana finished her off, and it was probably a headshot. So yeah, not a whole lot you could do there. That's just kind of like you res and keep going. I like how you're playing aggressive here and pushing up with them. This is a really good example though of exactly what I was talking about, where between fights you are doing like, I think sometimes you do a good job of like pushing up and like helping your team. So like this is really great because you are enabling them to take space here, which let me just quickly comment, we're not going to talk about this too much, but this is such a good tactic to do in Overwatch where even though your cart is here, right, you're not all standing right here, right? Because that would allow them all this space to walk up and stop the cart, like say here. Whereas when you start fighting here, actually the fight is happening way back here, and look at all this cart push you're about to get, right?
Yeah.
So you, by like taking all this space here and like enabling them, because you can't do this yourself, right? You kind of need your team to do this, or you can communicate to your team, hey, let's push up. But anyway, like you are responding to your team pushing up and enabling them to like take the space, which is so important. It's hard to explain, but like Overwatch isn't necessarily a game of like who kills who the most. Like I've even had times where like I'll lose or like win with a Reinhardt that actually went negative in their like score. So like they had like 5 kills and like 10 deaths, but they just mastered this principle of like taking up a ton of space and allowing the cart to keep pushing. Because again, this is an objective game. So if I were you, like what I would be keeping in mind, and it seems like you are doing a really good job of this right here, but I'm just like voicing it over, is like we are taking the space so the cart can keep pushing. And by me helping Sojourn and Orisa, I'm like enabling the cart to keep moving. And that ultimately is going to lead to you winning, right? So yeah, you're doing a great job of that. Oh, that was kind of unlucky there. Oh my god, what is everyone dying to?
Anna just killed my entire team.
Oh,
basically.
was it Anna?
Yeah.
Use some assistance.
Yeah. Their whole team was also in a group. I don't know if they were like I don't know if they were a 5-stack or who was duoed with who or whatever.
Oh my
but
god.
I was literally the only solo queue person in this lobby too.
Okay, I see. Yeah, like that was so unlucky. The Sombra just got like headshot by accident by Torb, I think, because she was running around invisible, and then Ana just like headshot your Ana twice, and you couldn't even heal over it because that perk is so broken. But
I know.
anyways, it's fine. You guys ended up still holding the space, which was actually good. Oh no. Nice, good res. Look for Orisa, she might need healing soon. Okay, so she was kind of far up, but that was a moment where it would be good to keep swiveling your camera a little, but I don't think you could, again, I don't think it would have actually changed the outcome. She was like way too in. Oh no. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think there's a lot you
kinda-
can do here, yeah.
yeah, I just kind of accepted it at that point. I mean, like it was a good push, but
Yeah. Again, I don't think there's much you can do there. Okay, so now we're on defense. First point here, this is fine, but another good spot you can stand is, I typically, if it's just like Ashe, I'll stand like right here. This is even safer on this map, because like they do have this lane. You might adjust in a second, and I'm just saying this for no reason, but like they do have this lane where they can like come up behind you. Whereas if you do stand right back here, it's a lot safer. And a lot of the time, like say she gets like headshot right here, I'll notice she'll either drop down this way or she'll like back up this way. And you want to be able to back up with her and stay connected with her without having to like peek the enemy team as well. So like say she dropped here and you like tried to like GA, there is a chance you're like, as you're GAing here, like say they have like a Widow or something, you could get shot. Whereas like if you were just here already and she drops off that way, you actually can just drop like this with her. So this is just like a really safe spot to stand in general. So I highly recommend it. It's like safer for you. And you can like stay connected more safely in case your like Ashe drops off as well. So just not a big deal, but I'm just commenting. Oh, okay, we're already adjusting. But just a good thing to keep in mind for this map. Wow, your Orisa is taking so much damage. Oh my god.
There's much for you to do. Supplying damage increase. Let me.
This is okay. I think it's even well, actually, you know what? This is probably the best because your Orisa is taking so much damage. But if you do get a chance and you can see your Orisa is like kind of doing okay, I would just like, again, try to like reposition back over here. But let's just keep watching you because you are swapping your beam onto Orisa, which I think is big for helping her. Okay, Widow was just getting fucked. Oh my god. So, yeah, I don't know. Just like a thing that keeps happening that, again, you can't really prevent is your Orisa just does not understand how to, like, take damage in increments in which she can get healed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice res. Oh, but Orisa died. This is a little tricky here. I think this is like an okay res, but you might want to wait a little bit longer. Let's see what happens here with the Orisa. So, yeah, when she's this low, don't go for it. I thought you were gonna get it because I didn't see them peeking, but what ends up happening here?
Yeah, I think that I thought that they were like done peeking, and that they were just gonna go to the point, and that's why I res.
Yeah, honestly, kind of same. So I don't really blame you, but in general, like, look, I can make mistakes too. Like, I make tons of mistakes every game. You know, I play as well. So this isn't like just a you thing. That one was kind of hard to predict though, but I do think the right play, once you see her getting like a little low, is to try to like at the last second fight the urge to press the res and just keep healing her because she is taking so much damage. But again, it's just kind of hard to react so fast. But I don't know. There are times where I do think, like, I do notice right before I go for the res and I can like stop myself. So maybe one tip is just to like keep checking their health up until the second you go for it. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, nice kill, nice. Yeah, huge play there. I know it's... You go ahead.
Yeah, it was just really awkward because like I heard them above and it just like felt like nobody was reacting.
Yeah. Because the issue here is your team is playing on low ground. So really this is all resulting from like not playing in the proper spot. You can kind of enable this sometimes. I don't know if you like to use your mic or not, or if they're even in voice chat, but again, I'm just giving you tools you can use in future games, right? Like this is a past game. You can't change anything that happened in this, but you can change things moving forward. And one thing that is helpful is to urge your teammates or like recommend or however you want to put it in like a nice way that they should go to high ground, on defense, especially. A lot of this game revolves around high ground, and because you guys are not holding this, like no one on your team is contesting it, to your point, they are like all above you and just like kind of uncontested, because high ground is like free natural cover. Like I can shoot Mercy a little bit here. Say you're standing here, I can like peek and shoot you, and then if you try to shoot back, I just like go like this and then you can't shoot me. So it's really strong. And yeah, just you can't do that from below, right? Because like you can't just like force, I don't know, in the same way that you can from high ground, the like angle or whatever. And so just a reminder, like if you do use your mic ever, this is a good example of a time where it can be helpful to recommend that. It seems like Cass might be going high ground here, but a little too little too late. So just one thing to remember is like try to like play on high ground as much as possible. But as Mercy, a lot of the time you can't influence that yourself. A lot of the time you're like a little bit reacting. So that's why I say really the only way you can influence that is to like say out loud, like, hey, let's go high ground. Which if you watch my stream, like I will do sometimes. Like, hey, let's go high ground now or whatever. When it's like particularly noticeable to me that we're not. So like even here's a good situation. Like, hey, let's rotate high ground now. You can say to your team. And like you could go, Orisa can play low ground or drop afterwards, but you and the DPS, what the hell? What's happening? But you and the DPS could go. Nice res. I would damage boost here. So this is fine that you took your gun out, but I would wait. Make sure damage boost on this combo first. So you get so much extra damage just by damage boosting her shot and the nade, and ideally she'll actually punch after too. So you actually damage boost and you probably get like I don't know the math, but I'm guessing it's like 40 or 50 damage out of that, like 40 damage probably. And then you can take your gun out if you need to, but a lot of the time that's enough to kill. And if you throw in a punch as well, that's an extra 40 damage. So the good combo to do with Ana is like, if she sleeps someone, walk up with her and you both stand on top of the target, damage boost her whole combo, and then just punch at the end. And that's like the best way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's like the most consistent way to like, it's literally just math, like to like amplify a ton of damage and then like put in 40 of your own. And because that's like 2 bullets of Mercy's gun basically, and then you can swap to the gun if you need it. But yeah, that's just a good thing to keep in mind.
Boosting your damage. You'll be fine, man.
And again, this is a symptom of like what is happening right now is a symptom of not holding high ground. Again, you see what I mean? The cat's just like stood above everyone and just is getting, you get like a better angle to shoot at too.
Activating healing stream.
So this is just, it also feels like the cast is maybe smurfing, if I had to guess. On the enemy team, I mean.
Really?
I think
didn't-
so.
I guess I didn't even like realize. I don't know. I just
My gut is telling me he is. Even from that very first fight, I was thinking it, because like he like destroyed your entire team so fast. I was like, I don't know. To me, that felt like a higher skill level than Plat. Like he's probably like Masters or something.
I'll make sure that doesn't stop. Helden sterben nicht. Feeling more powerful?
This is all fine. What you're doing here. This is all good. Oh my god, not her dying to Mercy.
I am fully
I
focused.
know.
Yeah, honestly, though I will give your Arista some credit here. She does have the right idea. She needs to hold high ground here, or you guys are gonna lose. So I don't blame her for standing up there. Wait, let's watch this back.
I was waiting for Ana to heal me before I peeked, but I guess I moved just enough for Arista to see me and spear me.
Yeah, let me see exactly what happened. Yeah, right here, try to like really cut the angle off. I know you're trying to, but you're still peeking a little here. Let me just show you what they see. Oh, and honestly, I think it might just also be the projectiles grabbing you around the corner. They can kind of see your staff there. I think it kind of just grabs you around the corner, but to like avoid stuff like that happening, because this is common just with like a lot of projectiles, they'll like grab you a little bit around the corner. Just really like totally deny that by just backing up. I know you probably already know that, but this is a okay, let's see what else we.
Come here.
Okay, so you guys lost that point.
Oh, okay, so here's what happened with this. Arissa and I got like the first spawn point on the front, and I clicked F to go to the next spawn point.
Oh yeah, I figured, yeah. And she didn't.
And she just went out. Yeah.
That's kind of on her. Again, I kind of think your Arissa's really struggling, and this is the type of game where you can't. It's the absolute worst. The worst person to have on your team struggle is your tank. It just, you just can't do anything a lot of the time. But again, I also think you just have like a Smurf on the enemy team who's like kind of fucking you guys up. So this is a little bit of like just a nightmare type of game for you as Mercy, I feel like. Again, I would say I do think it would help you to just like hold on a second more sometimes before you res, and just get people to like a health level where they're not gonna die. I know Cass didn't die there, but like he was kind of low, and like one shot would have killed him from something. So try to sometimes just pause for a second right before you go for the res, and just like make sure the people who are alive are safe. Okay.
Okay, yeah, this next clip is gonna be really hard for me to watch.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Boosting your damage. correct choice.
It'll be okay. Honestly, everyone makes mistakes. Unless you're saying the other team messed up. But really, everyone makes mistakes. I don't know what he's doing there, running in.
Helden sterben
No,
nicht.
this is my fault. This is 100% my fault.
Come on, get out.
Honestly, this was a really good res.
I knew she was gonna ult like the second she ran up. Like she started running at us, and I was like, "Oh, she's gonna ult."
Wait,
And then
this is not that bad. Is this what you were upset about?
Yeah, and I couldn't get away fast enough, and then y'all just died.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like crazy, but I don't really think this is your problem. I think like your cast runs up, you res him because you kind of need to at this point. You could arguably have let them. This is a way too advanced tactic for Plat, but you could have like said, "Hey everyone, let's back up and like take the fight at the very end once he respawns," which I think could have been better. But I still think this res is good, and it just sucks your whole team is in this. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know if there's a ton you can do there. I think like maybe Orisa needs to like not let her run past you all, but I don't know if she can. I kind of like this. I know I'm the one coaching, but like I kind of don't entirely understand how Orisa's kit works. Like Orisa on Orisa. Like can Orisa stop another Orisa? I'm not even sure, but I see you guys end up losing here. Let me just take some notes. To make you feel better, I actually don't feel like that was that big of a mistake. What you did. I think the res was nice. It sucks he got slept afterwards, but yeah, I don't know.
I kind of like after the game, I kind of like insta-left because I thought that like it was my fault because I rezzed him there. But then, yeah, I couldn't get away from the Orisa because everyone was too close to GA far enough away, and then
Yeah,
kinda-
don't worry. I mean, I don't really think that was your fault. I don't think this game as a whole was like your fault at all. Okay, let me give you some more tips. Let me just think through everything. So one thing I would start doing is like when you notice your team is playing on low ground, which might be something you're not even proactively thinking about yet. But you can start to get in the habit of like considering. You can like use your mic and recommend you go high ground to hold the space. That's like really important, and I think can be a really good way as Mercy to like control kind of what's going on in the game. So you did make a comment like by the time you notice like they were all on top of you and like shooting down on you guys on that second point on defense. But like the way to avoid that is to I already kind of explained this, so I'll just be short, but like to have proactively taken that space already from them by going high ground. So do try to like, if you do use your mic, try to do that. Does that make sense?
yeah. It just, I don't know, that whole game as a whole felt really awkward to me. And I get really nervous whenever there's like my whole team's in a group and I'm like not, and I feel like really sorry, he's distracting me right now.
No, it's okay.
It's like very distracting to me, and then I always get like really nervous when like there's an enemy Mercy because like I just like feel like everybody is so quick to like blame Mercy for the reason they lost, and if they're
Right.
like, oh, there's another Mercy on the other team, like Mercy did, just because like their team was doing better and I couldn't, pick up the slack of whatever our team was doing. So
Mm,
I feel like I got a lot of pressure off of that, and I don't even know why I feel pressure from that. But
yeah.
I feel like most of my mistakes are just like from, I guess, like overthinking it too much.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much. This just comes with like maybe a little bit of a mindset shift that like I don't know. I would just tell yourself it's just a video game. There will be people that are angry and like look, I'm not perfect about this. Like I all the time as much as I don't care about what people say to me in these games or whatever, like if they're toxic to me or whatever, as much as I don't care, it's still like often in the moment actually makes me feel anxious. You know what I mean? Like I've had really bad situations where like my hands will start to shake or whatever. And like I literally have had
Yeah.
that happen to me, and it sucks. And you can't do that. Even as much as like I
It's just
don't
like,
care like mentally that they're doing it, but like it's just scary to have someone like yelling at you. Um I think it just like as much as you can try to like remind yourself that this is some like random person that doesn't really know how to play your hero and is, to be honest, just looking for someone to blame. Or like if the enemy team is saying stuff like Mercy, stop being dumb or whatever, like because I feel like they'll do that sometimes for no reason. Or if the Mercy's on the enemy team, they'll like gas her up and like make fun of you on like the other team, like, you know what I mean? I feel like that happens
Yeah.
sometimes, like GG Mercy diff or whatever, like when it's like I don't know if that's really true. um I would just ignore it. It's just people being like dumb. I don't know. So I don't have like a ton of awesome advice for like how to a surefire way to like a sure way to like not have that happen. I think it just kind of comes from like realizing that like you're playing this game for fun, you're doing your best. It's just like, you know, it's just like what they have to say doesn't really matter. And to be honest, they don't really know what they're talking about. Like I think that's like the number one thing that makes me feel better is to just
Yeah.
remind myself like these people in like 90% of the time or more are like frankly just like wrong or like don't know what they're talking about. And so why would I take something that someone's saying to me to heart that like I think they're wrong about? You know what I mean? So it's just like I
Yeah.
would just remind yourself that,
I mean,
yes.
probably
I think
like
it'll help
him.
not get overwhelmed.
Yeah, and it just sucks because I
In.
come from playing League of Legends, and like even though there's not like voice chat in that, it is very like sexist and
I'm in deep.
derogatory
Like,
towards
acting as
women.
if
And if you
Right.
play like women selected champions, like you are like immediately a bad player because you're a woman, obviously.
Yeah, it's awful.
And that's kind of why I stopped playing. And like whenever somebody like says something to me, like it like literally like makes me so upset.
Mm,
And I don't know why it does because I have had like minuscule amounts of hate thrown at me on Overwatch compared to League of Legends. And
mm.
I only played League of Legends for like a year or two.
League
And
is like the most toxic ever, I feel like.
yeah, and I have more people like complimenting things that I do, but it's just like the things that like people have said like in the past. And, like I don't even remember like fully who they were or anything like that, but like it's just the hate that like sticks in your mind, I guess.
No,
And
I
then it
totally
makes
get it.
and then it just like makes me feel really awkward because then it's like, oh, like there's another enemy Mercy. Like, are they gonna say something about me at the end of the game? Like, are they gonna sit here and like try and shoot me the whole game when I'm just trying to heal my team and fly around and stuff? And
There's like 8
I
guys.
guess that's also probably part of my problem is that I worry too much about what other people are thinking.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, that sounds hard and I get what you're talking about. I used to play League before Overwatch as well. That was like the game I play. I played it when it first came out and I just remember it was so toxic. And I'll be like
Hmm.
super honest, I think like when I was playing it cuz I was like a teenager at the time, it made me into like a really like miserable toxic person as well. And like I'm really glad I don't play it anymore, but I do think I still have things where like I kind of assume people are being um have like negative intent towards me or something when they're doing something. And I think sometimes that's true. Like sometimes I'm just like aware that they are now or like just anticipating it and I'm right. But I think sometimes I'm wrong. And so if this is just again, this isn't really Overwatch related, but I would just like say from someone who also played League like a long time ago, trying to like break that assumption that someone has negative intent or something when they're typing to you or like or even just assuming that like being in the same lobby as them they have negative intent can be like to stop doing that can be helpful, and just try to remind yourself that everyone here is just playing a video game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me finish up with a couple more tips for you. I know you can't see it right now, but I'm just writing down the two last ones I'm going to give you, other than the one I mentioned around like trying to get your team to like go on high ground and like using your mic a little bit. Is the two ones are try to practice making space for your guardian angels, which will like help you to like reposition to spots where you don't have like vision or a clear path to getting to. So for example, like on I think it was like on attack, or it might have been on, yeah, I think it was on attack when Orisa was running in after like the EMP, you like wasted a lot of time trying to fly to her without vision, whereas you could have been like proactive about making space for your GA to a different target and then like repositioning up to the Orisa. Um, this is like a really useful skill to like have on Mercy, even if it wouldn't have saved like Orisa in that moment.
Yeah.
Because it like unlocks a lot of like creative movement, a lot of like creative movement that help you reposition when you or like to a spot where you don't even have like a target to fly to. And then my last one would just be, and this is something I started talking about a little bit more towards the end, but I do really want to emphasize because I did see it like maybe 2 or 3 times, is like I do think you have a habit of rezzing before making sure everyone else on your team that's alive won't die. And so,
Oh no, for sure. Definitely in that game. At the end of that game, I had 16 reses,
oh my
which
god.
was which was a new career best for me. And it didn't even feel like I res 16 times that game.
Yeah, I didn't feel like you did either, but now that I'm thinking about it, you were rezzing like almost off cooldown. Because people are just
Yeah.
dying so much. But yeah, I think just one thing to keep in mind, because I'm sure it probably is happening like outside of this particular game as well. And like even I can like take this advice as well. But try to like make sure that um everyone alive won't resing, but like how do I say? Don't res before making sure everyone else that's alive won't die. And um like a good way to like practice this is like before you go for your res, like in like the last second before you go for it, just like do a quick health check on um people around you. And if anyone is like under half HP, I would recommend just like topping up their health a bit more. Sometimes you'll find that like they end up taking a ton more damage and you don't have time or like space to go for the res anymore. And that's like totally okay, because what you're seeing is that you needed to like invest that healing in them or they would have died. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
yeah, what you're trying to avoid is like someone dying and how do I put this? And like in getting like a res for someone that like how do I explain? Like uh getting a res but like letting someone die is a 1-for-1, whereas here you would be getting like a 1-for-0 or something. It's just like a better deal. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Do you have any other questions for me about like anything we talked about or anything you are looking for advice on? Otherwise, we went through the VOD and I think you've got some good tips here.
Um, trying to think.
Okay. What?
I don't think so. I think I don't have any other questions.
Okay. Well, it was so nice chatting with you. If you have any other questions, like when I send you the recording and you look over your notes and you have anything, feel free to message me. Like I'm always here to help you and answer questions that you might have. And yeah, if you end up rewatching the recording, and there's like a particular spot you're like, oh wait, like why did this happen? Or we didn't really talk about that, feel free to just message me as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you again so much for supporting me and like paying for a gameplay review. And I hope this was really helpful, and please keep me updated on, you know, your rank and how everything's going.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I will definitely keep you updated. I I hope that this helps, and I really just I think that part of my issue is I just need to change my mindset a little bit more too.
Yeah, just don't worry too much about what other people are saying. I know it's so much easier said than done, but just like keep in mind that you are playing a game for fun, and like don't let other people bring you down, because I do think like some part of it is like you can't control other people's behavior, but you can kind of control your reaction and how much you care about it to some extent. And so I would just remind yourself like these people are just dumb, and they're just like being dicks for
Yeah.
no reason, and
Yeah.
you're you were deserving of like respect and like what all that, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. Thank you so much. Sorry that my fiance was like yelling throughout.
oh no, don't worry, don't worry. And thanks for being able to do this on short notice. I had some time and
Mhm.
I was like, you know what, let's like get this going. I wanted to make sure before, like every so often they clear the patches, or like they do the patch and it
Yeah.
resets the codes, and I just hate when that happens because I feel so bad for everyone in the queue. I'm like, hey, send me another one. But I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god, you just submitted one and it's like a good time. So yeah, thanks for hopping
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, have a nice night.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Great. Well, that was a gameplay review. If you guys are interested in getting your own ever, you can earn one by watching my Twitch stream. And you earn channel points, which you can then redeem for a gameplay review, or you can purchase one like she did on my coffee, and you just go to my services tab here and you can pay, and there's like different packages you can get. So she got the live review here for an extra $10, or you can purchase a package of 3, and they're like, this is like a better deal. And so that's another way to get it, and then it just submits through here and I'll review it. And so hopefully that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you have any other questions. And if you liked the video, make sure you like it and share it with a friend who might find it helpful. It really helps me out and allows me to keep creating content like this. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying. And if you have any questions about anything I talked about, please leave a comment below. And also, if you took any notes of your own and found anything helpful, that I would love to hear what you found helpful. Um, Great. Well, have a great rest of your night, everyone. Bye.